Hey y'all, not your fucking guru here. Wanted to give a big shout out to Karen Boom Boom Rocks. You know, I said if I reached one person or made one meaningful connection from doing this YouTube experience, that it'd all be worth it. And your friendship and our connection and bouncing each other's ideas off each other has been oh so worth the whole experience. So that being said, you're putting out some great content, and shine on, my friend. I'd like to talk today a little bit first about the giant skeletons that are now being called conspiracy theory, where when I was a kid, giant skeletons was something in National Geographic. I don't know if that's a Mandela effect now. Hang on, Bluto. Or if it's just it never existed in the National Geographics of this timeline or whatever. But giants and the study of giants and the giant bones was considered just the thing that we all knew about. The other thing I'd like to talk to you about today is symbols. So I watch this guy sometimes, this Christian dude, Franchot Pearson. If you haven't seen his content, I'll try to remember to put his last video in the description. So he talks a lot about symbols, and so do other channels like Autodidactic and Tommy Truther and all kinds of truth seekers. So like one of the symbols is the rabbit, and a lot of people that have deep dived know that in Hollywood, a lot of the starlets and stars use rabbit symbology in an evil form. It stands for adrenochrome and devilish works, that of the dark or whatever. But just because some people take a symbol and flip it into something evil doesn't mean it's evil. It's all in context and the energy put into it. So I'd like to remind that, because we're right on the verge of a lot of witch hunts. A lot of people out there just looking at a fear and trying to see through the signs and signals what's good and what's bad, and trying to avoid the darkness. But we live in a polarity switching into something else. So just remember that, like Franchot Pearson talks a lot about the color Tiffany blue and purple, and how the elites, the presidents, and Hollywood stars will a lot of times use that Phoenician, those Phoenician colors as symbols as far as their worship of things that aren't good. And other people will mention, say, the checkerboard, because it's of the Freemasons, and that anybody or anything checkerboard or wearing black and white, that it must be evil and of the devil. Well, these are dangerous, dangerous ways of thinking in this black and white thinking. Just remember that witch hunts have happened before, and we can't jump to conclusions just because we see something and we think that we know what it means. Like, when I was young, if I went into a museum or I saw some sort of statue in someone's house, say of Kali or of Pan or some kind of deity like that, well, like the Green Man has been turned into the devil and stuff. That, again, it's polarity, y'all. Just because somebody has a statue like that, or they study these different topics as a archaeologist would, doesn't mean they worship evil. So be careful out there. Some of y'all are getting way to where the pendulum is swinging in a dangerous place. It sure would be ashamed to, be ashamed to see good people do evil works. So quick little video today. I've been a little under the weather last couple days. Bouncing back, shining bright. It's cold today, but it's a beautiful day. The sun's shining, and I'm enjoying that. About to gather up some firewood. So get out there, live life in the light, and study and become wise to these different symbols and how they're being used. It's like how the swastika was flipped from prosperity and a good symbol of love and light into something evil from, Nazi Germany and stuff. Like, we balance the polarity, each and every one of us. So remember to observe, don't absorb, that you're the change, and we all have cracks. That's how the light gets in. One love. Shine on.